Okay, Aries, this is going to be your spirituality reading for July and August of 2025 here. I wanted to give you a heads up. I started a Facebook page. If you go in there and follow, in the fall I can come in and do energy reports and readings and Reiki, whatever, if you're interested in that. If not, just leave it alone and I won't come in. I'll just continue as per usual. But if you want more of that stuff, go in there and follow and I'll meet you in there in the fall. Okay, now as we move forward, the spirituality, the first card that we have for you, Aries, from the Gaia deck. Masculine and feminine, 11. Balancing out is what they said. Okay, so we may be dealing with our masculine, feminine side and trying to balance that out in our own selves here. This is a past energy card. And we may have had masculine or feminine outside of us. The opposite sex, basically. If you're masculine, it'd be feminine. If you're feminine, it'd be a masculine. They were trying to balance issues with, is the sense. So I'll leave that there and we'll move into the present energy. What are we dealing with now? We have 20, desire. So desire, yeah, masculine and feminine energy. I feel like we desire a partnership and we desire intimacy with the partners. There's that energy again, and it was for Aries, I remember. I think Aquarius had it once too. It's like eating, like this dragon eating from the palm of our hand. Yeah. Our currency of love is different, okay? Is what I'm getting here. We feel right and true, not giving in order to receive something in return for that non-giving. And they're going, this is an imbalance here. So do we have a hard time if we're feminine? Do we have a hard time giving to masculines? If we're masculine, do we have a hard time giving to feminines? There's an imbalance here. They're showing me the discrepancy here. The opposite sex of us, someone of the opposite sex, we have a hard time dealing properly. Someone on our own side of things, masculine or feminine, it's okay. We drop the barrier there, but when we get to the opposite sex, there's a block here, and it creates a huge imbalance. It's like, I will not give, but you need to give to me. And there are people that will do that because they need to learn their boundary lessons. And then there are people that will stop doing that because they've created boundaries. Okay, I'm going to move forward. As we move into the future, we have the 8 of water. Yeah, see, this speaks to me of internal happiness and what creates that for us. This could be of a balanced nature in the future. But I feel like with this imbalance, it's not going to be. So if we decide to go forward without giving equally in a partnership of an opposite sex, if that's the way you go, if we decide to do that, we will not create this harmony for us that is possible in the future. But if we do go outward equally balanced, where we don't take more than we're giving, this is where we'll head with the dolphins jumping. Like, dolphins to me are a symbol of the highest frequency you can get in love and happiness. They always create smiles whenever they're seen, and they enjoy the feeling of other people being happy. So they try and create it within themselves. And I feel like for those on the right side here, where they're not taking more than they're giving, there will be some creative abilities, and they're showing me the hands with the energy balls. There will be some creative ability here that we are rewarded with. I don't know where that sits, but that is coming to us. Again, we are all advancing in different ways, but for the Aries, we may be able to utilize our hands from a deeper center. So we may be very physical in our job, or an ability to heighten our creativity in this way is really what I get. Will be the reward for opening up in this field, or we may have been rewarded already if we've done this. So as we move on to this masculine feminine card, again, I feel a great imbalance that has been struck. In the past, we have the ability, like we have a great desire for something, getting things from others toward ourselves. If we do not share and give equally, and that balance is an imbalance, right? If we come to an imbalance in that way, there's going to be high repercussions for this. But if we strike that balance in the proper manner, we will go forward to create new abilities in this way. Now, on top of the masculine and feminine card in the past, what is the Isis card that we get on top of there? Divine Sun Child, blessings of the Sun Falcon. Well, look at your fire element. Just go, would you? Like the Sun Child, right? They're going, we have great worth here in the self. If we spiritually evolve enough, we have great power and great energy that could go outward and create great waves of influence in the positive mode. Again, there are huge variables. Each individual person will choose to or not do things, right? And create or not create these things for them. Give me a moment here. Sun Falcon. The Falcons are usually messengers, right? Relaying messages back and forth. I feel like, I don't know, I'm picking up on a relationship here where we relay messages back and forth in ways other than, like in sign ways rather than in speaking. So what I'm getting is a very high disconnect of communication, but yet there's signaling that they're unhappy or they're not, so this is a very archaic way of dealing with a partner. So I feel like that needs to be developed, or maybe this is what we're working on now. I don't know, because this is a past card. Yeah. Because they're showing me the Falcon back in the day, right? They're correlating. They're going, now that would be through text. We communicate through text when we're at home and we're talking. The ability to talk to this person is not there. We will say what we need to say deeply through a text. And they're going, that's not responsible for our emotional centered states, mental states even. We have to face the partner, is what they're saying. So maybe we had a problem relaying messages only through text rather than confronting them head on. And they're going, we need to look deeper into that issue. That is a huge problem. As we go forward, we're not going to be able to sustain relationships with this theory in place that we can communicate through text. No, we can't. We have to communicate face to face. We have to be able to, they're going, we have more than enough confidence, sometimes falsely so, but we have more than enough. If we advance ourselves in the proper manner, we have more than enough to face them. We just have to take the courage to do that. So I get someone kind of wanting to say something, but they say it through a distant way, like an email, a text, somewhere where we don't have to face them. And that's the opposite of courage. It's like avoiding. Okay, so that's not good. But anyway, blessings of the Sun Falcon. There's a lot of great energy here. Protection from masculine. Are we in a bad relationship here where we are afraid of the partner and their reaction? If we do, we need to rectify this. We need, again, communication would help if we directly communicate. If we can't do that, maybe this isn't the relationship for us. Nonetheless, as we move forward, I feel like there's a great inner confidence that wants to break through here. But we are going about and handling it in ways of, what's the word? Yeah, there's a great cowardice here of having to deal with partners in relationships. We desire things from them. We gain those things. And in return, we distance ourselves. This is the opposite of way a real relationship should go. Now, as we move into the desire, this is the here and now. This is where we are at this point. We are desiring things from partners. I feel like we know how to attain it, but at the same turn, again, there's a cowardice here to deal with things directly. So if we're doing it indirectly, that seems real sneaky to me. So on top of the desire, what's the Isis, the knot of Isis? Stabilization with the buckle of the beloved. And again, stabilization of this fear of the opposite sex partner. They're okay. I don't exactly know where we're going to go here, but they put the word sex in quotations. Give me a moment. Are we utilizing sex as a tool to get things what we want from a partner? That could be a problem. And then when it comes to the companionship, it's not there. We'll just text you. I'll talk to you later. Blah, blah, blah. This kind of thing that, again, that's very distorted from what a natural, loving, caring relationship should be. We may have learned this somewhere and carried it forward, or it's just a tactic, is what they said. Oh, be careful. This is all that energy of taking things. And again, karma's high and swift. This time it's basically there's no veil. I took a break here, and my buddies up there, they're showing me like just a little ribbon of it's almost like mesh. You can almost see through it, but you put your head in there, and then you put your head back. That's what they showed me. It's like there's a big illusion here, but the veil's so thin that it might even get exposed the way we're acting. Okay, so let's just carry on here. I think there's a lot being exposed. The Aries doesn't have the ego to accept, or has the ego that they can't accept it, rather. I think there's a lot going on here. And outside of us, there's a lot being seen, but the Aries not willing to accept that they're being seen for these mishaps or misgivings. Or no givings at all. Okay. Yeah. The knot of Isis, usually this series, we've got an energy of, the string is the string. It's perfectly straight. But then when you put a knot in it, it makes it imperfect. Okay. I feel like taking from others without giving back, it creates knots in our line of life. And we have to untie those knots before we can move forward clearly to a partner that we truly love and care for. And are we in this way? This is what they're saying. Are we in this way? Do we truly love and care for a partner? Because all the actions say no. They say we're not invested. Not on the emotional plane anyway. Okay? Maybe intellectually, but not on the emotional plane. So as we move forward to the future, we have the 8 of water. Again, I feel like there's a great sense that some of these Aries will come out on top here, and they will be rewarded with abilities to utilize in the future in a creative way. I do feel if there's a hobby or something that you like doing, you will become more creative or get more intuitive nudges on what to do, how to do, this kind of thing, that it will be embellishing that area. So on top of that card, the Isis card we get is Lady of the Stars, Priestess of Sirius. Now, they're going, this was upside down. I usually don't read reversals. I don't lay the cards down in reverse. I put them upright, and then I can feel if the energy's off or not. And this is off. And I just got out of a reading. Who is it for? Libra. And they were looking at the stars properly. They were looking from the stars down to the earth in respect, in gratitude, in all of this energy. And here I get none of that. There's a lack of understanding the universe we live in from an emotional state, meaning we have no respect for the world and what is in it in this kind of way, like a disrespect of our surroundings. They give me the word surroundings. So the Lady of the Stars, she has the higher perspective. I feel like we're very in the nitty gritty, worried about this, that, and the other. It's very small, minuscule things. And again, they bring me back to that desire card. It's like yes, I want this, give me that one thing. And it may be just we're very materialistic and we don't think of, again, the bigger picture here, how that affects us or others. Okay. So the Lady of the Stars, Priestess of Sirius, I feel like that's a connection to the unearthly realms and whatnot. I feel like this is lost here. We don't have a connection to this, and if we do, it's in a nefarious way. Okay. Whew. Aries, man. It's just, yep, slapping the fingers here. Okay. As we go back, we get the cat cards on top of the divine sun child. Again, you are a child of the sun. You are a child of God and all that is in creation to go forward in energy better than we are portraying outward. So equal balance is where we can start. We need to give equally to those that we come across in our world. Okay, that's the first start. And the masculine and feminine, we have a distortion here when it comes to the opposite sex. We cannot give equally, but yet within our own orientation, we can give equally there, but we have a problem when it becomes an object of affection or whatnot. It's just like a laser that breaks everything down in the wrong way. So on top, again, this sun child, there is divine energy here at our core. We have to strip away all the bad habits we've learned, and the rewards are superficial. We have to look deeper and more profoundly into our, rewards that we get. Like, we may get physical rewards, but they only last for so long. I'm getting like, yeah, I got the newest thing and I thrown it away. Okay, next, what do I get? And they're always striving for more, but they're not striving for deeper. They're not striving for deeper. They need to go deeper. So on top of the divine sun child, the cat card we get there is the 7 of Wands. Yeah, that's about defensive behavior, standing up against someone or something. We may have had to do this in the past. We may have had to stand our ground, and we don't like doing that. And that may have created a resentment and an inability to heal. Therefore, now we just take from these people. Is it the same person? Is it a cycle in the past that we're repeating? This is what we got to figure out. So as we move to the desire in the immediate realms here that we're dealing with, desire of what we want and whatnot, I feel like this desire is getting us into trouble because we desire for things that is creating knots in our fabric here of time and space, and also of karma as well. It can create great karmic repercussions that sometimes they'll let you build up quite a data bank there of stuff before they send it back to you. So be careful. Now the knot of Isis on top of that knot. We get 0, the Fool. Ooh. And this one is just going, their eyes are closed, they're walking, and there's just a little line of stuff they could fall off very easily. That's the sense I'm getting, is we have a way that we dealt with stuff. It's not the right way. And again, there's pitfalls here, but we're not taking any checks and balances. We're just going. And the moon is out, so there's things here we may not see coming. Okay, so I'll just leave it at that. And that's in our present, so that'll be happening right away. There's going to be pitfalls. And there's a little black mouse on the heels of this cat that's got, like, I don't know what that is around his neck. The jewel case, right? To keep all our prized possessions, that which is of worth. Yeah, we have to realign our sense of worth, and what makes us feel worthy has to come from a deeper core, not just from the things we have, but from our inner heart, our inner mind, our thought process. All of that has to be realigned here. Yeah, because we may be just materialistic is really what I got here. So be careful, because there's someone on your heels here, and we could, one little step and we're off the cliff kind of thing. There's just a little trail before that fall off. So as we move into the future, again, for those who are willing to advance and give in equal balance to a partner and are healing from that in order to do, They will have the stars and the moon, and they will appreciate things in a different manner. But for the most part, the energy I get here is a lack of appreciation. But that goes to our past. Again, it's all mixed up, but they're showing me that card going into our present. And as we realize that we're not respecting things, there's repercussions for that. Okay. So on top of that, Lady of the Stars, we have 20, the Judgment card. Okay. Yeah. If we disrespect our world, we're really going to have that energy land upon us. We're going to feel that disrespect coming from others toward us. And it's going to be heavy. And then they did say, we will allow them to build up a lot of negative energy in order to make that blow more profound so that they really get it this time. We don't want them going back into this superficial world in order to gain these superficial things, because in the end, it will not make us happy. Even though we pretend it makes us happy, we're going to understand from a heart center that it really doesn't. So we have to unlock that. That's that knot. We've realized that, or maybe we're in the mode of this now, is realizing that, things don't equal love. Things aren't love. They are just things. And they can be meaningless if they're not given with love or taken with love or received or whatever. Yeah, there's a huge thing having to do with the deeper levels here. Just a superficial way we've gone. The universe is really going to set you straight here in the future. So I'm going to get into the clarification cards. We have a dragon, which could be power and energy that you have or need, and a surrender card. Again, what you have or you need. So the dragon card that we have for you, Aries, is the earth and water dragon. Create the foundation for new growth. Yes, we need to grow in new ways. We need to focus on new things. Our desire needs to be fine-tuned to appease us more, to please us more. Again, we don't understand this, so something's got to happen in order for us to understand this in a better way. But nonetheless, a fresh start is coming with the new opportunities. Nurture your ideas and harvest the abundance. And again, I get that ability, or what did it say? New opportunities, nurture your ideas. I get nurture your ideas. I get that creative feel there as well. Is you will be rewarded spiritually for things you do on the physical plane that balance out your karma there. Because again, sometimes we learn lessons from people around us or from our family, and we go outward in that way, and it takes us a while to understand that it's wrong, especially if it's been ingrained from childhood, that you like maybe we're a spoiled child and we get things that we want and we just expect others to do that without giving, and we've learned that way, whatever. There's distortions here. There's no two ways. And because of that, the judgment is going to come harsh here in the future. But for some, they're going to keep it light. For some here, we will break through. We will see that there's a deeper parameter here, and we will go there. Or we will start to train ourselves to go in that way. And again, if this is all we know, we have to change everything that we are. So the earth and water dragon will create that foundation for growth. Whether we decide to work with it or against it, that's up to us, right? And again, we're going forward here at the moment with kind of a flippant energy. Like we bring this zero card back. It's like the Fool going off in a new direction. Are we going with flow, or are we going with disregard to flow? This is a question mark I'm getting. For some it will be. For some, it won't be. Give me a moment here. Yeah, the earth and water. I feel like there's a need for the respective earth. I feel that's void here. And we need to learn more about that as well. So we may be disrespecting the earth in some way. I don't know if that has to do with like they're showing me like recycling and whatever, so I don't know what that means. Is it maybe just a disrespect? Like, are we still doing things like throwing trash out our window? Like, we shouldn't be if we're doing that. Like that, yeah, high judgment here. Or things like that, like clean up your area, like this kind of stuff is what I'm getting. That's interesting. But nonetheless, that will help you. Helping the earth, and it may be just, I don't know, in your own way, however you see fit. And I feel like there's a variance here within the Aries, but I also do feel in little ways you can come from a deeper core, and maybe just picking up a bottle off the street will make you feel a little bit more pride in the earth that you come. Like, if you're part of the problem throwing shit out the window, like I still see this today and I just shake my head and I go like, where are we? Like, we don't know that's wrong. Like, what world? Why can't you just wait till you get to a garbage can in the next town or at home? Like, why do you have to throw, like, I never ever throw shit out the window ever. And it just drives me. That's kind of a pet peeve, but they're kind of showing me that scenario. Now, it may not be what you're doing, but it may be that, yeah, you're realizing in your own world, in your own place, maybe in your own literal yard, there's things you can do to make life a little better or make the world seem better by picking up things or whatnot in your own field. I don't know if that's the deal. I kind of feel, well, for those that feel it, they'll know. And again, get grounded. I'm seeing trees here quite highly. Is go outside and spend time in, hiking. Maybe you like to go hiking. Do these things. It will help you embellish that energy field. It will get you, being out in nature really does make you appreciate it more. I don't care who you are. That kind of thing. So there's that. Now, your surrender card. Surrender your addictions. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. I'm getting sex here because I had it from the desire card. It's like you give to me, and I may even utilize sex as a weapon to get what I want. Or as a tuning fork, if I give, then they're more apt to give this way. We may use that as a weapon, okay? So surrender that. Surrender that. And it doesn't mean you have to stop that altogether, but give from your heart, not just giving in order to get something back. I don't know how to get out of that cycle because I don't know that I've ever been in that cycle or understood that cycle myself. So I can't tell you how to get out of it. It was never in me. I mean, yeah, at work, you give to get a paycheck, right? That's your basic whatever. And it's kind of mindless. And in that way, I think this is what we have to be more mindful of everything that we do. Whether it's being out in nature and absorbing and appreciating the literal trees that are in our universe, or being with a partner and appreciating them, where we want to give from the heart rather than giving to get something in return. This. Okay, Aries, that is your reading. Heavy. There's a black cloud of stuff here that needs to be cleared out. And again, your spiritual path will align you with that. And some are in the flow and some are not. And for those in the flow, they will gain abilities in the future in a creative way. You will gain more instinct, more clarity as to how to embellish these creative things that you are doing in your spare time. And that will flow better for you. And it will also create a road to make you understand things in a deeper level. So Aries, take care, have fun and be kind, and we will talk to you soon.